morning, guys. It is 6:30 in the morning. I am heading off to the dive boat. It leaves at 8 o'clock. I'd be lying to you if I didn't say I was a little nervous. I haven't been diving in about 5 or 6 years, and not so much the diving aspect, but I have brand new equipment that I've never tested out before, so I'm a little nervous. Hopefully everything goes well. Ever since I started my diving when I was really young, from my very first dive, I've always been nervous. Not nervous about physically doing it. I don't really know why I get nervous before these dives. My first dive was in Nassau, Bahamas, off of Paradise Island. And I took the resort course, and everything went well. I did the test, passed that, got on the dive boat, and about to do the dive, and I'm like freaking out and not wanting to do it. They force me into the water. I get in the water, I get to the bottom. After that, it was amazing. So the same thing happened the very next year when I took my certification course. I don't know if it was the first dive. I think it was the first dive. No, maybe it wasn't the first dive. Maybe it was a little later on. It was taking some of the underwater tests, like taking off your mask. That terrified me, taking off my mask at 30 feet below the surface and really having to count on my skills that I learned to clear the mask out. Otherwise, like, how am I gonna get back up alive? Well, it went well, actually it did not go well. I chickened out of the dive, I didn't do it. So later on, I had to make up that dive, but it was, today, I'm not nervous about the dive, I'm more nervous about my equipment. The temperature is really cold, it's only like 50 degrees, but I'm just gonna do it, because that's life. You can't live in fear of something that you shouldn't be fearful of. People do it every day, so don't be nervous, just do it. The boat we're going out on. That's the type of boat I got certified off of, so I'm used to that. I'm all set up. The boat's not supposed to leave for another hour or so it's just a waiting game now. Sorry.
Welcome out to the second site. We are on the second reef line. It's the second tier of a 3-tier reef line system that runs directly north and south. This is in front of Broward County and West Palm. It runs closer to shore. If you were to look at a map, it starts up in Jupiter, or kind of begins up in Jupiter. Trickles south into Key Biscayne.
It wasn't a great idea for me to be doing that, but I did it anyway. Cool experience. Alright guys, I'm on my way back. That was a pretty interesting experience there. I haven't dove, like I said, in like 5 or 6 years. I have a brand new regulator, brand new camera. I've never filmed with a GoPro. I've had a still camera that's like this gigantic thing from ages ago. I didn't even bother bringing that. It was a 125-foot wreck called the Rodeo 25. Not only was it, I've never gone that deep, the current was ripping. It's hard to see on the descent, but if I would have let go of that line, it would have carried me for a good distance. That was crazy. So I got to the bottom and started swimming around. I don't know if you saw that awesome, I don't know if you saw the other diver kill the lionfish. Lionfish are an invasive species to South Florida. They're not from this area. They're from actually, I believe, Thailand. So Florida, the state, wants anybody that can to kill them. So that guy got one. I saw one later on in the dive. And I was only down there for 20 minutes and I went through my entire tank of air. I had to come up, I came up with maybe 300 pounds of air in my tank, which doesn't sound like a whole lot, or sounds like a lot, but it's not. Really, ideally you don't want to come up with anything less than 500. So that was a little bit of a scary experience. So, like I talked about earlier with my equipment and, you know, having worries about it failing, well, it did fail. the equipment did fail, but not the piece that I thought was gonna fail. My computer, my dive computer, the battery went dead. I just had it replaced before I came on this trip, so I'm really kind of like dumbfounded of why that went dead. And why that's critical is when you're ascending, you need to know how fast you're ascending. If you do it too quick, you can kill yourself. I just went by feel. Eventually, as I got to my first stop at 15, or not my first stop, but my stop at 15 feet, I could see the screen, so I knew to stop there, and I had to wait there for a couple minutes for the nitrogen to kind of dissipate out of my body. So I did that. Thankfully, I was able to see that, and I was okay. But it could have gone south very quickly. Alright guys, looking at some of the footage from this morning, it's not the best, but you get the idea. It was my first time ever filming underwater with a GoPro, so it's going to take some time for me to get used to doing that. So hopefully later on this year when I come down again, I'll get some better footage. Decided to take the jet ski out for a little ride. I only have 3/4 of a tank of fuel, so I can't go very far. But I figure it's a beautiful day out here. Why not? I can't miss up the opportunity to take it out. I'll probably fill them up tonight or tomorrow morning when I get to a gas station. You just never buy fuel on the water unless you absolutely have to. I can't tell you guys how hard it is to film with a selfie stick on a jet ski trying to jump waves. I almost fell twice off the ski and I've never done that. But I hope the shots were worth it. They seriously call this a fishing department? They don't have anything in here. Maybe I'll go someplace else. Nope. That might work. What's up, Sports Authority? This store is almost empty. That's crazy. There's nothing here. I wonder if it's going out of business. Well guys, today was a really crazy day. Started out diving this morning, doing something that I've never done. I've never dove to 125 feet before, let alone for the first time in like 5 years. Did a little bit of jet skiing. Didn't do a whole lot more than that. Spent some time in the pool here with my Nana, just hanging out, talking about life and talking about things going on with them. Tomorrow I think I'm gonna try and run down to that park that I wasn't supposed to be at the other day. And then, I don't know, my grandparents I think are gonna go on a cruise, a river cruise, or not a river cruise, but an inlet cruise down the intercoastal, since they can't really ride the jet skis. They can't really see the things that I see and what you've seen from my videos. So they might do that. I think we might go to a manatee farm. I really don't know. It's vacation, so whatever we feel like doing, we're gonna do. Well, that's it guys. I will see you tomorrow.